Who's going to win the World Cup?
Argentina. I think Argentina, they've got a good squad. They're on a really good, a long unbeaten run, 35 matches internationally. They're playing in a much more controlled manner under the new coach. And they've won the Copa America, so they're proven in knockout competition. I like the midfield blend that they've got there. The defence has improved. That was probably the main, or one of the biggest weaknesses over the 2014-2018 World Cups, was the defence was absolute shambles. That's improved markedly now. You've got a couple of good established Premier League players that are at the heart of that. And you've got Messi, and that he's playing at a really high level right now in PSG. You said it's going to be his last major tournament. Is that an extra kind of boost for him to go out with a bang? His teammates to provide him with that and give a little bit extra maybe. I think Argentina are going to win it. I did tip them up in the outright preview on Sporting Life. The price is gone now though. It was 7-1, now 11-2. They've moved into second favourites. So I don't rate them as a bet at that price, but I do think they're going to win the tournament.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Because Brazil-Argentina would have been the absolutely ideal dream final. Really, the two tournament favourites, they'll probably meet in the semis, won't they? Unless we see any group shocks. It's going to be one of those two.
Semi-finals are always better. So
do you think?
I think than finals, yeah. They're always better games, so hopefully that would be.
I guess finals are more tense, right?
Yeah, well,
I'd be more nervous in a final than I would a semi-final.
Think back to the last World
Cup,
Cup,
really
France against Belgium in the semi-final. That was like the final. Fantastic contest. France holding Belgium at arm's length. So I get Liam's point. It does happen sometimes, doesn't it? Then France obliterating Croatia in the final.
True, very true. For me, Argentina, for what Jay says. Nothing really to add. I just think them and Brazil are just miles better than everyone else, and it might just be as simple as that.
Yeah, I'm just going to echo what I'm edging Brazil because I think they're better than what they showed in the Copa America final against Argentina. But them two, I think they're a class apart. It reflects in the market, but I think they're a class apart them from the European teams. Yeah.
A few questions about the bigger hitters, aren't there? I think Germany have got issues, Spain have got issues, England have got issues, Belgium. They're always favoured, and they go out in the quarterfinals.
Like Vertonghen and Alderweireld.
Yeah, I mean, 15 of Belgium's 26, I think, are 29 or over. I think 11 of their 26 are 30 or over. It's an ageing squad. This is their last hurrah. But, yeah, just Argentina and Brazil don't have as many questions, if any, that everyone else seems to have.
I don't think they have much questions, especially for tournament player. They're both excellent defensively. Like obviously they're both known for a bit of flair, but I think they're both of them are the best defensive teams in the competition. And if they need to break teams down, then they've got an abundance of talent up top, both of them.
The concern for Brazil is, did anyone see the Carabao Cup third round penalty shootouts? Some Brazilian players took some absolutely diabolical penalties in that, and this could be a concern. I mean, maybe it's good Bobby Firmino's not going, but there were some bad ones there, so if they go to a penalty shootout, they might be in trouble.
Right, well, if they go to a penalty shootout...
if that's anything you remember from this, that I saw them in, a couple of players, some of them not even going to the tournament, that just missed out, but they were bad in the Carabao Cup, which instantly translates to a World Cup semi-final, so keep that in mind.
So before we come on to the dark horses that teams that people should potentially look out for, then England's chances of winning, what do we think?
Slim to none. I think that they've got a chance, but they need a lot to go their way. The last few tournaments have had a very, very kind draw. I can't see that happening this time around, given where this World Cup is placed in the calendar. I think it'll favour the teams with the stronger squads. But yeah, they've obviously got a chance. They've got some decent pedigree now at this tournament level football. But yeah, I think it's very unlikely.
Intrigued to see if they're still good at set pieces. As they have been in 2018, 2020, the set pieces, particularly 2018 was England's route to success. So if they've still got that ability, great. If not, there's issues there.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's at least seven, maybe 8 teams that are better than them talent-wise as well. And I don't think they can bridge that gap in a World Cup. They might got away with it a bit in the Euros, but not this time.
And they're definitely too short in the market. I mean, the fourth favourites 8-1. They've actually drifted from a couple of months ago after a poor Nations League campaign. I still wouldn't touch them at 8-1. I think you're probably looking at closer to 12s. And yeah, I thought the Netherlands were interesting at 14-1. They've got a very kind group. Doesn't quite make the dark horse category. Kai Group, good manager who's got a good record at World Cup. Finished third in 2014. A squad that you just spoke about with, the teams that have got really, like Belgium, a really bad age kind of mesh. Netherlands seems to be really good. They've got quite a good crop of young players coming through to go with the older players, and they're trending upwards. So I think Netherlands could have a decent tournament.
Any more for any more?
I'll just say that I think conditions will suit Brazil and Argentina. I think that's going to be an important part of the World Cup as well. But as a completely dark horse, I looked at Morocco. I think their first 11's really strong. I'm obviously not to win it. That's mental, but but their first 11's really strong. They'd match up with a fair amount of teams talent-wise. They've got a passable group, and when they get through it, it's Spain or Germany, or if they get through it. I'm going slightly ahead there, but
Who did they play in the final?
Argentina. I think if they get through the group, that group of death of Germany and Spain isn't really a group of death. Germany have not been that good recently, so they could get through at the quarterfinals, and that would be dark horse enough for me. I
It's
think.
great for Costa Rica to be involved in the group of death.
Well,
They're on an upward
that's the
curve
thing.
if they're involved in that. What do we classify as dark horse, definition-wise? In terms of how far can we go? This is a World Cup as dark horse.
Just give it a go.
Is if we say quarter-final, Serbia are definitely worth having a go on, I think. I think they're outsiders in the group because they've got Brazil, of course, they're going to win the group. We're going for second spot against Switzerland and Cameroon. I think they're 6-5-ish to make it out the group, 13-2 to be eliminated in the quarterfinals. Their potential path, if they finish second, likely meeting with Portugal in the round of 16. Serbia topped Portugal in World Cup qualifying, beat them on the last day. Alexander Mitrovic, one of many talented players there, got the goal to get the winner. They'll come up against Spain or Germany, whoever, Belgium, potentially in round of 16. Quarterfinal. So I think that's how far they could go. But Serbia's really got a balance over the past couple of years. A managerial change came in. That was a big part to address this. I mean, the strike force there, Mitrovic has been 80-1 in the Premier League Golden Boot. Backed it, by the way. He's doing quite well for Fulham at the moment. A little injured out. Hopefully he'll be fully fit. Dusan Vlahovic, yeah. Vlahovic, there you go, is the Juventus striker there. You go into midfield, there's kind of long-standing, the likes of Tadic. There's Milinkovic-Savic as well, who has always long been linked with moves to top European clubs. There's a really nice midfield, and Filip Kostic comes into that wide position as well. Nice balance to this team. I like Serbia, and I think I'd probably have them ahead of the Switzerland squad, who I think are on a bit of a downward curve now. Jan Sommer's goalkeeper's phenomenal for me, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Is an injury doubt. He might struggle to make the tournament, so that's a big loss for them. So I think Serbia are being undermined a bit. I think they're about 100-1 to win the tournament. They won't win the tournament, but they could give you a good run for the money to get to the quarters.
So we'll see you Serbia, and we'll finish with
Uruguay. Yeah, they are. It's a nice crop of players. I quite like their setup as well. It's like you talk about. You've got Bentancur, Valverde in midfield. You've got Nunes, who I'm a big fan of. I know you think he could do with a bit more
raw.
Yeah,
I think
Good fun
raw.
to put it diplomatically.
Suarez is still there, Cavani's still there, so they've got the experience. They've had deep runs in World Cups before, and yeah, the key kind of clincher for me as to why I think they're a bet is the managerial change during the World Cup qualifying. Oscar Tabarez, who'd been in charge for about 1,000 years. He was sacked because they were really, really poor. They looked like they weren't going to make it. They brought in Diego Alonso. And not only did they get the results, but the underlying data actually improved quite a lot. It's only a small sample size, but if you worked it out from a strength of schedule perspective, they actually ranked as the second best South American team after he took charge behind Brazil. So obviously I'm not expecting them to come out and be as good, if not better, than Argentina at this tournament, but I do think that they could give a run for the money at 50-1.
Do they win the group?
Interesting you say that.
I'm going to checkmate you here.
Because I think that they could do the group against Portugal. Yeah, I think Portugal, the team we've not really touched on a lot, I think that their main issue, I think they've got unbelievable proper players, but the main issue is Ronaldo. Like he's effectively, when he plays, you're playing with 10 men because he doesn't work for the team. He doesn't do the pressing. Like you've got your Rafael Leao, who's a really high intense presser. And you've got Bruno Fernandes, who's kind of a similar mold to Ronaldo, kind of shoehorns in. You've got Bernardo Silva, who will do a lot of that pressing and try and push them up the pitch. And Ronaldo just kind of, your finisher, stands there and tries to tap the ball in the net. I think there'll be a better team next tournament maybe when he's retired and he can sort of make them a team rather than a team trying to feed one man. But yeah, I think I'd give Uruguay a decent chance of topping that group.
I hope they win the group because then our dark horses will meet.
Well, no,
potentially.
because Switzerland
have a
will
little-
finish above Serbia, so...
Brazil are out.
Brazil are out,
Oh
yeah.
wow, okay, I did not expect that.
And Morocco will
fingers
beat
crossed.
whoever they used to. Whoever used to.
Basically, we've got 3 of the 4 semi-finalists there. Chuck Argentina in, and we're all laughing.
I think that on that group, I cannot wait for that group. That is the best group. In
You
the
were really
tournament.
excited about this. We've
every-
talked about this
excited.
before.
Every game of that group is going to be good.
Yeah. Do you think that's the closest in terms of like the levels of the 4
By
teams?
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to shout out your favourite game? 2nd
Oh,
of
the
December?
Ghana
3
Uruguay. I
PM?
cannot wait for
The whole
that
country
game,
should stop and watch it.
They will, and yeah, they don't like each other.
Sporting Life has harnessed the power of XG to provide expert, detailed analysis on all 32 teams for the 2022 World Cup to produce the ultimate betting guide. Key stats, percentage chance and predictions, most likely stage of elimination, and expert betting selections. Sporting Life's ultimate World Cup guide has you covered for Qatar.